Hi everyone and welcome to Sports Watch. If you like the content, please press the bell icon and like, share and subscribe to the channel. Islam Makachev just knocked out Alexander Volkanovski in UFC 294 at Abu Dhabi. This was precisely the concern that one had regarding this short notice fight. If you are thinking you can waltz your way into a title fight in 10 days notice against a guy who has had a full training camp and who is one of the elite fighters in the UFC, then you are pretty much deluded or overconfident. No matter how great Alexander Volkanovski was, he was seriously compromised going into that fight and it was a losing cause. The UFC pretty much messed up the career of one of its greatest champions by literally feeding him to the wolf. Volk should have never accepted this fight. It looks good on the UFC because they make a lot of money out of it, but it's bad for the fighter. Everyone saw how great Volk was when he prepared meticulously for Islam. And now, on 10 days notice, he couldn't even get past the first round. It was a bad knockout. It damages his legacy and he might never be the same fighter again. Most importantly, we would never know how the fight would have played out if Volk had a full camp. Full credit must be given to Islam Makachev though. He came in prepared and made a statement. It was a short notice fight for Islam as well. He was preparing for Charles Oliveira and Volk came out of the syllabus. The last fight between them was extremely close, but there was very little doubt that Islam won. Both fighters learnt a great deal from that fight and both felt confident of finishing the other the next time they met. Volkanovski and his team believed that they won the fight. He even felt that Islam wasn't strong enough. He felt even more confident that he could negate Makhachev's wrestling. But there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Volk taking a fight on 10 days notice was a bit of both. Before the fight, Volkanovski said, "If anyone can get off the couch in 10 days' time and beat Islam, it's him." That narrative quickly changed post-match press conference, where he regretted his decision to take the fight on such short notice against someone as good as Islam. Volk even said he was hesitant throughout the fight. It was lack of training and preparation more than anything else. Volkanovski also seemed to struggle with his mental health in dealing with the loss. He always wants to keep fighting and never stay idle. This defeat would even hurt his ego more because he will know that he can't get back this fight anymore and 155 pounds is never an option for him. Islam Makachev looked impressive in this fight. In the first fight, Islam had success with the body kicks. As a southpaw, he always had that advantage. It was obvious that his team had drilled this in practice. Right from the beginning, Islam started using his body kick, push kick up the middle. It disrupted Volkanovski's rhythm. He set up that high kick perfectly, and even though Volk had his hand up, he couldn't block the sheer force of that kick. Volk's greatest problem would be with guys who can wrestle and also strike. The element of surprise turned Volk, and he would never be the same fighter again. In the co-main event, it was Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman. Another short notice fight, a 3-rounder. Once again, it proved to be detrimental. Kamaru Usman was undercooked going into that fight, and had he had a full training camp behind him, the result could have been different. Khamzat Chimaev, though, was unstoppable. He looked bigger and more physically imposing than Usman. There is a whole narrative of American wrestling versus Dagestani wrestling and whether Chimaev could take Usman down. And right from the beginning, we saw that he could. Khamzat shot for the takedown right away. Usman tried to fend it off, but Chimaev dragged him against the fence and put him down. The rest of the first round, he controlled him on his back and landed some heavy ground and pound. Usman survived and looked good in the second round, but Chimaev, where a full cam, looked sharper and more precise. In the third round, Khamzat looked exhausted. Usman got some shots off, but got taken down once again. It was a dominating victory for Chimaev against the former champ. Once again, the UFC did him great disservice to Usman by putting him a 3-round fight in such a short notice against an undefeated fighter. It was clear as day as to who they wanted to win. Let me know in the comment section what you feel, and if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel.